Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Sandy Duncan, intuitive medium, sitting with my genius friends from the rescue mediums, Michael Lamport, Edna Dargie, Alison Wynne-Ryder, and Jackie Dennison. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hiya.
Hi from the first time since the beginning of the summer, so it's good. Nice to see everybody back in the fall. It's like school. We're all back now.
Yeah.
We're going to have a look today at an episode that I love for many, many reasons. And Michael and Edna, I have a question for you sort of straight out of the gate, kind of a general one. But it is Campground Capers, also called Ponderosa. And it took place in East Gwillimbury, somewhere near and dear to my heart. But I'm so curious, because of the nature, before we get into the story, it was, correct me if I'm wrong, it looked, as a viewer, it looked like it was done through the night, where most of the rescues are sort of done through the day. Is that correct?
Wow. Yeah, there was a lot of it through the night, as I recall. But I mean, like the arrival and the interviews and things like that were daytime.
Right.
Call sheet.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes. I have the call sheet for the first day.
Okay.
And yeah, it was particularly a really long day. The premonitions were shot in Toronto around lunchtime, before lunch actually. And the homeowner interviews were shot in the afternoon, 2:30 to 4:30.
Okay.
Then the arrival was shot 4:30 to 5. And then meeting the homeowners, that was 5 to 6:30. There was a dinner break, and then the exterior walkabout, the very first walkabout around the whole property, was 8:30 to 9 o'clock. And sunset on that day was at 9:02.
Okay.
So it would be in dusk. And then 9 o'clock to 10:30, there was a walk inside their home. And then 10:30 to 11:30, the crew was shooting just extra shots, all the sort of catch-up shots, if you like, that pertain to what the ladies or the homeowners have talked about to this point. And then we traveled back to Toronto, so it was back about 12:30. Well, yeah, early next morning, 1 o'clock in the morning before we'd be back.
So with all of your records there, Edna, which I so admire, what happened at 12:41 that evening?
At 12:41, you would have been in your car traveling back. We hope.
Thank you.
It's just like this one, because a lot of the scenes were outside and it was in the dark.
Yeah.
So my little title for this one was Rescue Mediums After Dark, because I thought, oh, when you were walking around, it was extra creepy for me as a viewer because it was at night.
Yeah.
If you put this subject matter at night, to me, it
was creepy for me, Jackie, as well.
What's that?
Wasn't it?
Yeah, very atmospheric. Yeah.
Very. We had torches, didn't we, so we could see where we were going, but felt that there was somebody following us. And there was, you know, we kept seeing like different figures. Well, one in particular, didn't we?
Yeah.
At least we can see where we're walking, can't we?
Yeah.
Now then, I felt something on my back then. What did you get?
I felt somebody was walking behind us.
Right.
The spirit rushes ahead.
I think, I don't know whether we did that one at night because of the location, in that there would have been, you know, holiday makers there. So to be as least disruptive as possible to those who were staying there. Can you remember why we did that?
I don't remember, but I think that may have been a contributing factor. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was also filmed on, the first day was on June 19th on a Friday. So there wouldn't, the campground, I don't think was as busy as it normally would have been on the weekends or a few days later.
Right.
And certainly the rescue would have been shot. Oh, that would have been shot on the Sunday night. So that's probably a really good reason to do it at night too, because there'd be fewer people there.
Mm.
Yes,
On the
we're gonna have
Sunday,
one.
would we wouldn't have done it on the Sunday if we did day one on the Friday,
Oh,
day
that's
two
right.
would be the Saturday, wouldn't it?
Well, yes, it would have been the Saturday night. You're right.
Yeah.
Sunday was research day.
See, what happens Sunday is we do the arrival and everything, and then we do the walkabout to get a feel for what's happening, whether it's in the property or on the land. And there is a cut-off point that we go, okay, we have an idea of where we need to be working, so that when we go back, we can, which is day two, when we actually do the rescue, we can go straight into, this is the area we need to be. Otherwise, especially with something as large as that, property as large as that, you could be there for days and days, you know, so we need to sort of hone it in. So that's why it's on over 2 days when we do that. But I think that one was shot through the night on day two. So it would have been going into the next morning, which would have been Sunday. Edna, you're right. Yeah.
And you used Dowsing as well in this episode to go over the map of the campground. So just like you said, Jackie, so you knew where you were going to start.
Yeah.
But the sheer acreage of this property is overwhelming. The rescue mediums need to narrow their search
Do some dowsing.
and employ the ancient art of dowsing to do it. Moving the map under the stationary pendant will reveal what areas have the strongest psychic activity.
No. Whoa.
That's where I was drawn to there.
Okay. Right, now move it down. Whoa.
Yeah.
Chuck, wagon circle, and the rodeo range. Well, we could be here a long time.
I think we will.
Looks an awful long way round.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the two of us going around with those flashlights in the dark? I really couldn't see anything. You know,
No,
when we said
I
we can't
couldn't.
see anything, we really couldn't see anything. And you're using all of your spider senses
Yeah.
to let you know where you needed to go. So dowsing with a map was really helpful to give us a location.
Oh, without a doubt, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I kept
there we
going,
are.
and we were walking around. I kept going, oh, oh,
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, that was it. That we held the pendulum over.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
a big
noticed
area, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
huge.
there are 153 campsites there.
Wow.
Oh my goodness!
But it's quite
Wow.
large.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being that. Mind you, we only went to those two areas, didn't we? I suppose.
Yeah, because when we
Yeah.
dowsed, that they were the two areas that sort of stood out more than
It
anything
went,
else.
whee! It nearly took off.
Yeah.
Oh, so speaking of nearly taking off, in your arrival in the golf cart, when you went by the entrance place and then Jackie hit the accelerator and it was almost like the golf cart was going to do a wheelie. It was like, the rescue mediums are on their way to help, looking sporty. Jackie and Alison are renowned psychic mediums who spend their days and nights showing wayward spirits into the light. The rescue mediums have obviously been given no prior knowledge of their destination.
Can you point us in the right direction?
Go that way, ladies.
Thank you. Whoa!
Even the name of this campground has been kept secret until now.
The homeowner, Melissa, seemed to set the stage a little bit. Right at the very beginning, we hear her say there have been a lot of deaths within the park.
We've had a lot of deaths within the park.
What was that?
That
Yeah.
as a viewer right away maybe, what do you mean there's a lot? Why are there a lot? Like it's a campground. Why were people dying at a campground? So Edna, I was curious, did it run with the land? Is it one of those stories that ran with the land that would have had a lot of people passing away, or was it just a campground?
Well, certainly when I spoke to Melissa and I learned about all of these deaths that had happened, and some of them a bit tragic, and some of them they had a lot of regular people that would return year after year. They almost lived there at the campground. So you know, even if they passed in a natural way, they were still so attached to the place. And I thought it's possible that they were part of this. So that was probably one of the first things I wanted to check out, was to look into all of these possibilities again. Although, as it turned out, they really weren't.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it wasn't as sinister as it first sounded, but I thought, why would anybody go? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, the premonitions, the loud noises, the banging, and then it felt like the immediate presence of the children that Jackie, you and Alison had with you pretty much through the whole episode.
Mm-hmm. We're aware of the children from quite early on.
The
You
little
saw
boy,
a little boy, didn't you?
Little boy, yeah.
Yeah.
Particularly.
Yeah. But they'd experienced that as well, hadn't they? Other people had seen that little boy. We didn't know at that point that they had. In fact, I don't think we knew that until we were talking to them in the show and tell, but other people had seen a child.
And then I saw a little boy on the other side. Little boy here now as well. I believe that quite a few people have seen a little boy on the swing.
Yeah, they've seen the swing, little boy on the swing, and if you go to approach, he just sort of gets off the swing and just gone.
That's really interesting, isn't it?
It certainly is.
The rescue mediums are certain that the little boy they saw by the portal is the same spirit previously witnessed.
And just, when I look back at this one, it was absolutely incredible on so many levels, and how we linked in, but in different ways, particularly with the drawings, with the stairs that you got, the stairs going up, the stairs going down. I'd drawn the children and a scary sort of male character, which turned out to be the guy that drowned. And it was just amazing. And then, you know, for him as well, I think we both realised when we were walking around in the dark, that was the figure that kept going past, I think, wasn't it?
No, that figure that kept going past.
Was that the helper?
That was the helper. We thought it was. Yeah. We thought he needed help at first, and then we realised that he didn't. And you're absolutely right about the drawings, because you did two drawings. One was the drowning, and the other one was all the children.
That's right. I remember that one.
And that was both the rescues that we did.
Actually, it was quite nice drawing the little children, but look at that face.
So this is an adult, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
This one, that's water. It looks like somebody drowned.
Well, I got drowning in the Prem, so yeah.
We did, and I did a drawing of a man who turned out to be the man who was the helper.
Yes.
And they showed a photograph, I think, of him, didn't they?
Can you tell me who this gentleman is?
I think that that's a young Everett Ramsey.
Good friend in the camper, and
We think that this is the man that helped the children through the portal.
that would be him if it loved children. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everett Ramsey spent his summers in the park on lot number 30. He died of a heart attack at his home in the late 1990s. Jackie's psychic drawing bears an uncanny resemblance to Everett Ramsey.
It was amazing. Yeah. And even the drawings themselves tell the story once we knew what it was. Yeah. Show and tell, and just
very much. Do you have them there, Edna, the drawings?
I do. It seems though that I was given the photocopies though, which are not, they're not brilliant. Here's one. It's very faint.
With the children.
Yeah. Make believe.
Make believe,
Yeah.
And the water everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, the drowning,
Yeah.
Is that one of, what's that thing at the side, Edna? Is that one of Ruby's naughty things?
Yes, I've forgotten about that.
I've only just seen that. I don't remember that bit. Oh, flipping heck.
Oh my God.
So funny.
You always name your drawings, don't you? As well.
Pardon?
You always name the drawings.
Yeah, it's just what Spirit give me, the titles, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be different, like to be different.
Jackie, I'm wondering if I can ask you, this one's in the pile, but I don't think it was used. And what's interesting.
Oh no, that wasn't
Wow.
used. No.
Is that Melissa?
It looks like Melissa.
It does. That is Melissa, isn't it? With the red hair and
Yeah.
yeah.
It does,
Wow.
doesn't it? But there's this brown mark that's appeared there.
Gosh, yes.
What
That's
is that?
what I've
That
just
happened quite a lot, didn't it? Where marks just appeared. And it's like, how did it almost looks like a burn in that, doesn't it? As if it's
It
burned.
does.
But on the back, there's no mark at all.
Oh, no.
So it's not, but it looks just like a burn.
Like
It
it's gone
does.
through and it
Wow.
hasn't. Wow. Amazing. It was just so, when we watched them back, when Jackie and I watched them back, obviously we don't know what the homeowners have said to Michael and Edna. And right from the start, she was like really succinct with what had been happening in what areas, how the whole of the family felt. She was amazing, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
Mm.
Yeah. I think they were all the family was sort of aware of Spirit, weren't they? Or aware of
Yeah.
something was happening.
Even the little children were.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I as a confirmation of the rescue, but I'm not sure which rescue it was. Might have been the drowning. I said, "Oh, maybe we'll hear whistling now."
I
And then
think
one
it
of
was
the
to do
children-
with the children. I think it was once you said there'll be confirmation that they're now safe because obviously the helper was helping them to go through.
Yeah.
And you said there's going to be confirmation of whistling, which was amazing.
Well, I thought that man was a little bit sinister.
I did, but it's not.
You might even hear whistling or something.
That's your sign.
Yeah.
And obviously we waited there together, didn't we, till all the children had gone through.
They did say they would confirm that with whistling. So if you hear whistling,
Yeah.
Shauna has been whistling like crazy through the night.
So I think we've had our confirmation, haven't we?
good.
Yeah.
But don't you think that was amazing that was a little child that was doing the whistling, because it was children?
Yeah.
That gives it more emphasis as well, more
Yeah.
confirmation. That was
Yeah.
incredible, that. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Those steps were really weird, weren't they? You know, because I had drawn the steps, but I thought it was steps with the banister rail, but it worked. There were steps going up and then steps going down, and
You got the drawing, Edna?
and we did. There was a portal there, and we stood opposite each other, didn't we?
Yeah.
Put our hands
Our
together.
hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we are.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at it that way, we're going up. But if you look at it that way, you're actually going down.
Okay, you know what? Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay, yes, definitely.
Okay. Up one side and exactly the same down the other. We realised that there was something wrong about the steps. There is what we call a portal there that has been opened by probably a Ouija board.
There is a boy in the park who plays with that, and I tell him not
Okay,
to.
please tell him not to play with that. It's like opening your front door and saying, right, okay, come on in, and leaving it open. Anybody can walk into your home.
Yeah.
That is amazing. That was a fantastic clue for where we had to be to do the rescue.
Yeah.
Because that's where we did it, wasn't it?
We did. Yeah. Yeah.
I love Michael's quote. We hear Michael on the voiceover say, "The awesome power of a portal cannot be toyed with." And I thought,
Wow.
okay,
I love
he's
that.
right. He's right.
So true.
So for people watching now who maybe don't know, could you explain how the stairs were a portal, or what a portal is or does, in case they have one and they don't know?
Yeah. Well, it's a doorway to another realm. It's a door that is opened. Either spirit have opened it to use it, like on ley. A lot of ley lines have portals, which are a natural energy flow to help with vibrational energy. In this case, it was owned by a Ouija board.
Yeah, it was.
And we felt it had been. And when we spoke to Melissa about why we thought it was there, she said that there was someone on the park who would, for fun, use the Ouija board at that location. If it's opened, it has to be closed. And it's not a party piece, you know, opening portal, the Ouija board can open that. So if it's a manned portal, in that you've got spirit helpers to help to, like a doorkeeper, you know, like a doorkeeper would stand there to help with spirit going through rather than letting him through from the spirit world in. It's like it's a one-way door. We don't have the revolving doors here. But a Ouija board is one way that can be opened, and it can be a two-way door, which can cause all sorts of havoc. So it needs to be addressed properly.
And can they close it through prayer and intention, or do they need to do something else?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, prayer is a very strong thought pattern. It has to be just as you would close a door. Imagine that the door is closing, even if you can't see that there. Just imagine that there is a doorway that needs to be closed, and then lock it with a key. I put sticky tape around as well sometimes, you know, in my mind's eye. I put the, you know, the sticky tape all the way around.
I put
sometimes put wooden things and hammer it shut as well. It just depends how bad the portal has been, you know.
So that boy was really naughty then, wasn't he? He was, Melissa said that he does that. So he's obviously not just done it the once.
He's done it a few times,
With the, you know, and look what havoc it created for that vast place.
Because the guy that we rescued who had drowned, he'd come through that portal.
He had.
Before we closed it. He'd come through. That was weird, very weird rescue, because we both linked into that energy.
We did.
Of being underwater. And I think you kept going down and down with him.
I was going to say that, he was going down, and he wasn't stopping, he was going down and down and down. And what we were trying to do is to sort of, you were really good. You were saying, like, focus on the light. So at the top of the water, because I was with him, I could see this bright light, and I was trying to get him to focus on that. So he started to come up, because we thought if he went too far down, we'd just completely lose him.
Okay. I went down and down, and he wants to be going down and down and down.
The spirit's despair pulls him further down and farther from the light.
He hurts. He said she left him.
The spirit continues to descend. Soon he will be out of reach. Jackie and Alison prepare for an immediate rescue.
Okay.
Focusing their energies, the rescue mediums create a beacon of light.
Get him to think about the lights.
Bathe in the lights, bathe in the lights.
Can you see the lights?
You can see the lights.
Tell him to concentrate on that light. And walk through that into the light.
The troubled spirit begins to rise, no longer fearing the light.
Michael, I just want to put in one more quote from you on this episode that explained a lot to me. Talking about the drowning man, and when Alison and Jackie could picture him, he was actually going further and further down. You said his despair pulls him away from the light. And in that moment, I didn't realize that spirit sort of could decide that. In my world, the light shows up in the rescued, but his despair, as you perfectly put it and showed it, he was just sinking further and further down. And as a drowning victim, he would have gone, quite down.
It's true. He would have been going, as Alison said earlier, he would have been going away from the light.
Yeah.
And to rescue him, to get him back up to the light was the most significant thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect words. Great way to explain that.
Yeah, perfect way to. So he was saved from drowning twice.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
His physical body and then his spirit. I love that part. I love the whole thing. But when you said that, I thought, oh, what's Michael telling me? Oh, I've got to learn this. I've got to learn this. This is great. So thank you.
Oh boy. Well, should we? We can't emulate the. Well, we could emulate the cheers from Ponderosa, but you were sitting on a park bench with cups, and I think Jackie poured the wine into the cups.
We had a bottle of wine there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely family.
Yes, it was great, wasn't it?
And take the opportunity to explore the grounds under more tranquil conditions.
Little drinky poos to celebrate, I think. I think it was a job well done, actually.
I do. I must say.
And you know what's really nice?
Go on.
We're sitting here on a campsite with a campfire. It's really nice.
It is. But I tell you what, it's daylight, isn't it? Wouldn't it be great to stay here till night time, when it goes dark and we can tell ghost stories?
It would. And you know what?
What?
We know one or two ghost stories.
We do.
Cheers.
Okay.
Cheers.
This gets worse.
It does. It does.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers, everyone.
Thanks,
Cheers,
everybody.
everyone. Thanks for watching.
Yay. Thank you, Sunday.
Cheers, Sandy.
If you enjoyed watching Behind the Scenes, please like, share and subscribe to veryparanormal.com, the portal for everything paranormal, where you can watch every episode of Behind the Scenes and every episode of Rescue Mediums, plus so much more. And it's absolutely free. Well, you can't get much better than that. Cheers.